All right, I'm back at it here, folks. Bringing in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Haven't heard I haven't heard the band for a very, very long time, but something is saying we're gonna go with their songs. It was between this one and another one, and I just decided it's gonna be this one. And I'm gonna see what kind of comes through with the music.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry.
Okay, so right away, the messages that are coming through is on relationships.
Drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses the wind. And I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
Okay, so relationships in the sense of there's two relationships that are coming through. Clearly, it's the relationships that have really just suffered a really big split, broken up. I see loose ties. It's tied. It's done. It's severed. Heavy emotions around a huge breakup. So that's one relationship that stepped forward, and the other relationship that stepped forward is that you are currently in relationships, but for some reason, like I see the relationship there, but it's almost like one person's on this side and this person on this side, and there's like it's like you haven't broken up, but like it's almost like they're saying like you probably in a stage where you already feel like you're broken up. Like there's no unity. There's no, it's like your backs are towards each other. You're facing the opposite direction. It's almost like you're just looking to step. One person looks like has to step this way and one person has to step this way. So a huge emphasis on around relationships in the sense that coming back to it, there's some sort of unity. So spirit is either saying like it's time to make decisions now, like choices are up to you. It's like literally it's coming down to what you guys want now. So clearly the relationships that have been broken up, I see more masculine energy in like cars driving, where they're like sitting there thinking about the relationship, and I see them sitting and they're like, I'm almost like seeing them with the steering wheel like fuck, like they're swearing. So like stuff has happened. Like I feel like shit has hit the fan in your relationship. So like I see energies around that. I'm seeing the female energies more around this. When I say female, I'm talking about like the feminine, in the sense where not the divine feminine, the nurture, but actual female. So I'm seeing actually female energies looking like they are taking this better than the masculine energy for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but that's what's coming through. So it seems like the female energy is just had to really make a decision where it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I'm this isn't working for me, and really maybe was the facilitator of breaking up the relationship and was being like, this isn't for me anymore. It seems like some of these relationships were actually really long-term relationships, and it seems like the female energies, it felt like the female energies were just like in this cycle where they felt like they were taking too it felt like they were taking too much of the lead, and they were saying like they felt like the masculine energy wasn't really stepping up to the plate. So that's kind of like what I'm getting in that sense. They're saying that the relationships who are in relationships right now, where I see the two energies. So you have the female and the male, but they're like back to back, and they're not really. All right, I'm gonna bring some more messages through while we're connecting. We're interrupted, so let me step into this again.
It's hard to believe that there's nobody out
Okay,
there.
so I'm back. So what I'm seeing is like the relationships that are like back to back. There's this feeling that you're having with your partner where you're like you feel like you're being unseen. It's like even though like you're in this relationship, you have this title, either boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, lovers, whatever. You guys have these titles, but there's a lack of something around it. There's something's missing. Something feels like it's not like. It just feels like there's separation around it. So I'm seeing a lot of like separations, like this like space in between you guys. Somebody in the relationship is feeling like really really misunderstood. They're like stepping in and they're saying like, I've been with you so long, how do you not know this about me? Or I've been with you for so long, or how is this all of a sudden now bothering you? So it's like, it seems like one of the people, one of the people in the relationship, like one of the people in your relationship. So the way to describe it, so if you're in a relationship, one of you guys I'm seeing is like really like looking, and you're like frustrated, like it's making me feel frustrated, like the way I'm trying to deliver this message, where there's so much frustration and the other person is just not seeing your frustration. And it's almost like you're like, how do you not see this, right? There's like this huge like angerness that's like, so that could be these are just like things that are coming up within the relationships. There's also like some of you that are just like saying you don't really even care anymore. Like some of you is like I don't care. Like there's this huge thing of like, I really don't care. So maybe you've like already disconnected from the relationship, and like that's where I'm seeing there's this gap, but there's definitely disconnection. And the song is bringing up definitely energies around relationships and relationships breaking apart. I'm gonna see if I can get any more messages and if I can bring anything else through.
It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love to say that she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry.
Try the new red.
Oh my God. Okay. So all the interruptions today. So it seems like the energies that are coming through, like, because I have to pick up on all this stuff. So like, my phone, I had to pause the video once before for an interruption. Now I'm pausing the song again now for, an ad. So interruptions. It seems like there's been a lot of interruptions in your relationships. It seems like either somebody has stepped out of the relationship, or it seems like somebody feels really, really alone in the relationship. But it just seems like there's a lot of interruptions. So either people are not making time to, you're not making time for your significant other, or you are creating these interruptions where there's just, like, you guys, it seems like it's been created. These interruptions have been created on your part. There's nobody else to blame but you. So the interruptions that I'm seeing in the relationship should not be casted on outside sources. It's literally like these two people in this relationship have caused this disconnection, have caused this interruption that I'm seeing come through, because that's what I'm reading. I read energies. This is why I do what I do, because it's messages from spirit. And sometimes they're not going to be nice, and sometimes there'll be rainbows and flowers. But this one, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? How are you showing up in this relationship? So there's this huge thing about what are you doing in this relationship? So if you're going to stay in this relationship, there has to be things put in place. So I'm going to kind of go like I do best, and I'm going to pick colors. Let me do this deck here. All right, so Spirit, what colors should be surrounding this message right now? What colors? What do we need to talk about now with this song around relationships, around this interruption of energies that I'm seeing? So possibly you are pausing the relationship. So the interruption could be the pause. You guys put a pause button on this. It got really like too much, too heated, and some of you are putting pause on it, which is fine. They're saying that that's really healthy for some of you. Clear message, please. I'm going to do the song while this is happening. Interesting how that song just stopped too now. So, and it's going to go into the next song. Okay, so I'm just going to go with this, guys, because I don't do edits. I don't do any of that stuff. I really go with what's bringing me through with the energies.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you, 'cause with the birds I'll share. With the birds I'll share this lonely view. And with the birds I'll share this lonely view.
Okay, so I'm seeing something about the shades and it's lonely. And then the card that got thrown out, I wasn't even really worried about the words right now. It was playing emphasis on like, it was like a season. It felt like a season of this relationship where it got really like the season changed, or something like it felt like the relationship all of a sudden just changed. So, it went from the summer to like the fall, and like the leaves are changing, so the relationship changed. So somebody changed in the relationship, or just the two people that are in this relationship changed and like just fell apart, and they just couldn't find the connection to bring it back together. So there's a huge emphasis around that. There was emphasis around alone, feeling alone, not supported. So arguing, I see the arguings happening, this back and forth of energy. So like the shades, it's almost like you guys felt like this energy came over the relationship, and it brought this like sense of like, I don't want to say darkness, but it was a season of your relationship where you were really like, this feels like shit, and that's what it feels like. It feels like shit, like the relationship, and both of you at one point looked at each other and was like, this isn't working anymore. And that's the sense that I'm getting. So I'm going to keep going and see if there's anything else. All right, so this relationship seems what has happened over your energy of somebody in the relationship, one or the other, or both people that are presenting themselves in the relationship. There's a lot of darkness around you, and there's like, Spirit is really trying to tell you that you need to focus on the light. And yes, the relationship has broken up, but there's light at the end of this relationship. Learn your lessons from it, and move on from it. So they are validating how you are feeling, where you're feeling lonely, you're feeling like in the dark around this relationship, but they're saying you're going to move on, you're going to step away from this, and you're going to find new relationships. It's fine, just keep moving. Then the color that also came through was the violet, and it seems like what they were showing me here, in the sense like there's light at the end of the tunnel, is like you're gonna bloom from this, and I see the purple, and the purple validates like your connection, you're gonna get through this. But they're also saying part of it could have been you needed to create a balanced life. So it could also be like, take assessment of what happened in the relationship. What were you not bringing to the relationship? Was it you not being able to, something about time, were you not giving enough time? There was something out of balance in the relationship, and they were saying really do a thorough assessment of yourself, of how you showed up, because relationships don't break because of one person. Most of the time it's something that two people have done. There is some people that I did step out of the relationship, but they're not really making me focus on that. They're really showing me in the sense that the relationships that are really the collective here that are presenting is really relationships that it fell apart in the darkness, like the heaviness that came over was brought on from both of you. So they're really saying that it's time to take assessment of how you did and how you showed up into the relationship, and what you're going to be able to do different in the next relationship that you get into. Soft-spoken with broken jaw, step outside but not to brawl in.
hot and sweet wind. Call the fall, I'll make it to the moon if I have to crawl in. With the shed, it's a lonely view.
All right, so the card that got thrown was the gold, the gold, the gold. So it's like all of a sudden now they're saying that if you start really focusing on yourself now and this really this point of your journey, they're saying if you start focusing on yourself, you're going to attract what you want. But it has to come from the internal. Like it's really like you now doing your self check. Like how are you going to do things differently? Because the more the emphasis on self here, they're saying that how you really focus on the self is going to change the surrounding that's around you, where you're attracting that gold, that abundance. Some people want to call it abundance or what you want to really bring in, but they're saying it has to start with you. There has to be something here that you need to really look it in the face and be like, it feels like it's something that you've really suppressed for a very long time, and you've just kind of like kept putting it in, and it's like sitting at the bottom of your stomach, and it's now this relationship kind of like brought it out for you, and it's almost like now it's saying, like it's staring you in the face, and they're really saying, what are you going to do with it? So now you have this information, what are you going to do with it? That's what is coming through. I'm gonna bring one more thing in. I know that I want to do one more healing around this. I know there's a huge emphasis on healing for this one, so I just want to see what needs to come through. All right, so the cards that flew out was I work with healing code cards. So the card that came through is you'll be benefit from the color green. Okay, and if any of you here are connected with chakras, green is connected to our heart chakra. So that being said, if we're talking about relationships and heartbreak, they're saying really start connecting with your heart chakra, your connection for yourself, right? You work with green crystals. Green crystals are connecting us to our heart chakra. So for this card to kind of pop up, it just ties out this whole video together of what we've been really talking about, and that's your heart chakra, how you've been affected by this relationship. The next card that was thrown out is the positive collector. So basically this card, what it tells me is there's been so much negativity around the relationship. It's now time to really put it on flip it. It's like I see you flipping the script, and the way I want you to flip the script is they're really saying write it out. And if you write it out and put it in a container and be done with it, it's almost like you're done. There's something you're done with. Is it something that you've discovered about yourself in this relationship that you're like, ooh, I didn't like that about myself, I don't want to bring that to the next relationship? Or they're saying there's something that you need to write out. By writing it out, it's almost like it's like your therapy. And it's either like you're writing it out in a way that, like, if the person is standing in front of you, maybe you had unfinished business, or maybe you didn't say what you wanted to say, but there's something about you writing it out and really turning this energy from this all these colors that I saw coming through at the beginning, right? All these, the season changing colors, feels like, you want to be within, you want to draw in, you want to be within your body right now, because, you had so much happen around you, around like this heaviness that feels, that's coming through. So they're saying really, start working with the color green, start really connecting with your heart chakra. If you have people around you in your hometown that you can connect with healers, really get, Reiki sessions done, really start working around this energy that is coming up around you, in clearing your energetic bodies, your physical bodies, your aura bodies, and really start doing some clearing. This is just my videos, but if you want to connect with me, I do all of those things. So you will find me. I will link everything at the bottom, and I hope I make an impact on a little bit of you guys here on some sort of in some sort of way. So, I always say, take what you need, leave what you don't. If there's messages here that really resonate with you, that's great. If they don't, just leave them here at the video. Have a good one, everyone.